about building futures. An 802-meter mainline bridge, 2 ramp bridges spanning 220 meters, and 2.5 kilometers of auxiliary roads. Engineering marvels designed to untangle a major traffic knot in Accra.
The Ministry of Roads and Highways and the Department of Urban Roads has as its vision to improve mobility and the networks in the urban areas, and also improve congestion, particularly at intersections. This project started as part of the Accra East Corridor project. And when I say Accra East Corridor, we are looking at the area bounded on the west by the Gifford Road, the north by the motorway, and the south by the beach road. In the Greater Accra Metropolitan Area Network, the motorway serves as a barrier which disconnects the north and the south.
Happy to see the design, which is carefully done to improve traffic connectivity between the north and the south of the motorway, linking cantonments and Kyerematen area to East Legon, Sprinters, and Tema.
The project's ambition stretches far. For the team behind the transformation, every decision is crucial.
As part of developing this project, we also encountered a few challenges. For example, the old tunnel was abandoned. We have incorporated this and made sure that all those coming from Shiachi towards the Action Chapel area now have an exclusive road that they can use. We also created a ramp from Shiachi onto the bridge in a bid to relieve the congestion. We can now get onto the bridge and get onto the motorway, which takes you towards the eastern part of Accra.
In addition, an exit into cantonments from the Gifford Road interchange has been built, all adding to the reshaping of the community's traffic flow.
The entry and exit of the roundabout at the Bema campsite is going to be 4 instead of 3, so that those who are going straight into cantonments and into east of Accra Central can use that route, and then those going to Central Accra and west of Accra can then use the Ewak route.
Dual carriageways, smart ramps, public transport facilities, walkways, cycling lanes, roundabouts with fountains, street art, murals, and a car park for 100 cars.
Proud of our team's dedication. They are hardworking in completing this complex project under such challenging conditions. The use of the cantilever construction method, requiring meticulous precision, also reflects our technical capabilities and our commitment to the excellence. I'm proud to see that we have maintained a very good safety records with 0 accidents through our entire construction period, a testament to our commitment to the well-being of both our workers and the public.
This is urban development with people at its heart. Each element purposefully created for safer journeys, cleaner air, and improved community, to save time and to beautify the environment for everyone to enjoy. The interchange's design prioritizes not just vehicles but all road users. As the interchange takes shape, so does a new vision of Ghana with an improved road network.
So I can say year of rose and pass also or the abba.
Pama kama pa. Because since ya pama school kola e ko skomum ble ejedu fosum ble.
The person me da bias say otumi aye interchange way e dey bie kwan mu a sisi ano traffic no e so ati wa ha no mu a ya driver for no ye ho toye.
In addition to the Flowerpot interchange, the government has been busy building other interchanges, including the Pokuase, Tema Motorway Phase 1, Ubechevi Lamte Phase 1, Tamale, East Legon, Suhum interchanges, and the soon-to-be commissioned Ubechevi Lamte Phase 2 interchange. This is not all, as there are 7 other interchanges in various stages of construction across the country. All these interchanges stand as a bridge to Ghana's future, connecting not just roads but opportunities.
Obian Subi, Obian Sebi, oh my young Bonkase, oh yeah, Mekra, Ejoya Miye, oh my young Bonkase, everybody, let's go.
Amidst Accra's vibrant economic landscape, a critical transportation artery has struggled with chronic inefficiency. The road network between East Legon, Spintex and Tema Motorway, with the Flower Pot roundabout being at the center of it all. Despite previous efforts to relieve congestion at the Flower Pot roundabout and improve access between the northern and southern parts of the Tema Motorway, the roundabout has, for many years, remained a challenge for thousands of commuters who are to contend with persistent road congestion, which led to daily struggles in traffic, pollution, and long travel times.
If you watch the movement south to north of Accra, you see that we have a high volume of vehicles passing through Tetekwashi and a high volume of vehicles passing through Flower Pot to Spintex Road. The whole idea is to reduce these volumes. East Legon has only two entries into East Legon. That's the tunnel and then the Emmanuel Eye Clinic. So in the mornings, the tunnel is choked. The same is the Emmanuel Eye Clinic. And the volume coming out of East Legon and the other suburbs behind East Legon is huge and is growing at a very fast rate.
Na ye facing normal be in footro, accident, those kind of things.
Uka engineer, want to mean for her.
Daytime no sana from our parents do won't go school. Move me the traffic for so many hours.
Change, however, is rising from the ground up. The Flower Pot Interchange Project, a bold vision by President Nana Akufo-Addo to reconnect Accra.
When I assumed office in January 2017, I did so with a resolute pledge to transform the infrastructure of our nation, fully aware the robust infrastructure is the foundation upon which sustainable development is built.
This isn't just about building roads, it's about building futures. An 802-meter mainline bridge, 2 ramp bridges spanning 220 meters, and 2.5 kilometers of auxiliary roads. Engineering marvels designed to untangle a major traffic knot in Accra.
The Ministry of Roads and Highways and the Department of Urban Roads has as its vision to improve mobility and the networks in the urban areas, and also improve congestion, particularly at intersections. This project started as part of the Accra East Corridor project. And when I say Accra East Corridor, we are looking at the area bounded on the west by the Gifford Road, the north by the motorway, and the south by the Beach Road. In the Greater Accra Metropolitan Area Network, the motorway serves as a barrier, which disconnects the north and the south.
Happy to see the design, which is carefully done to improve traffic connectivity between the north and the south of the motorway, linking cantonments and Kyerematen area to East Legon, Spintex, and Tema.
The project's ambition stretches far. For the team behind the transformation, every decision is crucial.
As part of developing this project, we also encountered a few challenges. For example, the old tunnel was abandoned. We have incorporated this and made sure that all those coming from Shiachi towards the Action Chapel area now have an exclusive road that they can use. We also created a ramp from Shiashi onto the bridge in a bid to relieve the congestion. We can now get onto the bridge and get onto the motorway, which takes you towards the eastern part of Accra.
In addition, an exit into cantonments from the Gifford Road interchange has been built, all adding to the reshaping of the community's traffic flow.
The entry and exit of the roundabout at the Bema campsite is going to be 4 instead of 3, so that those who are going straight into cantonments and into east of Accra Central can use that route, and then those going to Central Accra and west of Accra can then use the Ewak road.
Dual carriageways, smart ramps, public transport facilities, walkways, cycling lanes, roundabouts with fountains, street art, murals, and a car park for 100 cars.
Proud of our team's dedication. They are hardworking in completing this complex project under such challenging conditions. The use of the cantilever construction method, requiring meticulous precision, also reflects our technical capabilities and our commitment to the excellence. I'm proud to see that we have maintained a very good safety records with 0 accidents through our entire construction period, a testament to our commitment to the well-being of both our workers and the public.
This is urban development with people at its heart. Each element purposefully created for safer journeys, cleaner air, and improved community to save time and to beautify the environment for everyone to enjoy. The interchange's design prioritizes not just vehicles but all road users. As the interchange takes shape, so does a new vision of Ghana with an improved road network.
So I can say of roads and pass also or the back.
Pama kama pa. You was sisia pa masku kwala e ko skomum ble ejedu fusum ble.
The person me da bias say wetumi aye interchange way e dey bie kwan mu a sisia no traffic no e so ati wo ha no mu a ya driver for no ye ho toye.
In addition to the Flowerpot interchange, the government has been busy building other interchanges, including the Pokuase, Tema Motorway Phase 1, Obechevi-Lamte Phase 1, Tamale, East Legon, Suhum interchanges, and the soon-to-be commissioned Obechevi-Lamte Phase 2 interchange. This is not all, as there are 7 other interchanges in various stages of construction across the country. All these interchanges stand as a bridge to Ghana's future, connecting not just roads but opportunities.
It's another Tuesday night. Good evening and welcome to the show. What do we have tonight? It's 18 days to go to the general elections and Alan Kojo Kyerematen spits fire on John Ajekum Kufuor, but Ghanaians are angry about the political vitriol and acutely indecent language in the form of insult being used by NDC communicators against the elder statesman. That is absolutely horrendous. Tonight we do a content analysis of the whole Alan Kyerematen episode. Also, Attorney General Godfrey Dame saves Ghana 5 billion cedis. How did he do that? Coming up on this edition as well, President John Dramani Mahama's social media nemesis, the young woman named Belkisu, joins us in the studio. Join us for that interesting story. That, sports, entertainment, text messages, and many more. Welcome aboard. This is Good Evening Ghana. It's another Tuesday night. Good evening and welcome to the show. What do we have tonight? It's 18 days to go to the general elections, and Alan Kojo Kyerematen spits fire on John Ajekum Kufuor, but Ghanaians are angry about the political vitriol and acutely indecent language in the form of insult being used by NDC communicators against the elder statesman. That is absolutely horrendous. Tonight we do a content analysis of the whole Alan Kyerematen episode. Also, Attorney General Godfrey Dame saves Ghana 5 billion cedis. How did he do that? Coming up on this edition as well, President John Dramani Mahama's social media nemesis, the young woman named Belkisu, joins us in the studio. Join us for that interesting story. That, sports, entertainment, text messages, and many more. Welcome aboard. This is Good Evening Ghana.
Good governance. And
what a program we're expecting tonight. So much fireworks coming on Good Evening Ghana tonight. What did Alan Kyerematen say? And what has Godfrey Dame done? How is the campaign going? What are the campaign messages? What are the latest polls? All of it coming up tonight. Who is winning Central Region? We're going to look at that in some detail. Since 1992, the National Democratic Congress had somebody on the ballot from the Central Region. Konkan Accra number 1, JEA Mills number 2, JEA Mills number 3, JEA Mills number 4, Pakwesi Misata, Jenano Pokwajaman. All the time, every election, the NDC has had a Central Region person as number 1 or number 2. How important is the Central Region in 2024 elections? All of it coming up tonight. But our big story is the Alan Kyerematen confusion and conversation. We don't want to be interrupted with breaks, so we're going to take a break now. Just to get those of you who are not settled, because we don't want you to miss anything. It's going to be fireworks on the touchscreen. We're going to bring all the history together about Ghana's politics involving Alan Kyerematen, J.A. Kufuor, what has been their relationship, and is Alan justified to say what he's saying, etc., etc. This is Good Evening Ghana is live. After the break, we roll out all the stories. Thanks for joining us, and welcome aboard.
Singapore, when I came
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
fire pomudi ni agobi. Ghana fu ni aje. If you say ya your local spices na ya fra dia ya sankofa natural spice.
Me dey go me jollof mu. Me me still ahodoma. Emanate dance.
Stanley, the barbecue they go on.
Sankofa natural spices. And one you use 100% natural.
Adofo, mamunye huge mistake. Sankofa natural spices.
Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800-177-177 or 0302-245-906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Welcome. Please look into the camera for verification. Thank you, John. You are now verified. Please select your preferred candidate. New candidate. Profile being verified. Please choose another. New candidate. Profile not ready. Please choose another. To see development options for this candidate, press yes or cancel. Will cancel free SHS. Will cancel LEAP. Will cancel health insurance. Will bring back Doomsaw. Should I continue? Press yes or cancel. Please choose another. Development options. Will improve free SHS. Free healthcare. Flat rate scheme for importers. Jobs for the youth. Affordable public transport with electric buses. Generally, a great choice. The only choice really. Thank you for voting number 1.
Esuro. Vote number 1 on the ballot.
One choice, multiple styles. All big, all unique.
Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver. Win, even if your bet misses.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere.
8K. Hey, you can get an 8K. Get a packing from your book. One lie. Hey, wait.
You can put it on his tab. This is my man.
Good luck. Hey,
Bill Radio. We are star 712. It's much more phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. Aha, and now with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Aww.
Let's choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
No, maybe straight to option 4.
Now we try. You need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify.
Yes, you can buy random or prefer ticket. I'm choosing random ticket.
Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body, yeah.
Hey,
there, tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and confirm. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
Dr. Baumian once said,
the economy is going to grow and grow and grow, and we will have jobs and jobs and jobs. This is the economy of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
The unemployment rate, which stood at just 8% in 2016, has hit an all-time high of 15%. The latest 2024 Afrobarometer indicates that unemployment is the biggest problem facing the nation. You trust this liar at your own peril. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Who are you? Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bread you call mattress anymore? Don some slippers, then follow me.
It is part of the mattress we did from there.
Yeah?
Happiness mattress where the dead for me.
Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like ash foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
One choice, multiple styles. All big, all unique.
John, mema wakwaba.
Yeah, so.
Alaji, mema wakwaba.
Yeah.
John, I had a bro, one on them.
I really am a gun and Tina Menamo, and then break a crane Bijano. Don't want to know my Masaba.
Alaji, I had a bro.
Yo, Medasi. Mwamonim, Tamana, Amawa, which you Mumiana, Name Bobo and Accra. As I said, my crowd said, me person me be warino. Namiko CSL. Name man sign Jan and Nasubium, no your crabeshe.
Yo, I was not for, yes, Empa. Yo, I'm a Ghana. What's wrong?
Mean to me, ain't son, cheap. Your bread baby, I would make fair way. I'm on a week. There be. Mean to me, beyond. Forward ever, backwards. Never.
John, wo okwanya wo de me very fast. Ahokyere, ekom, dum so. Hwa me nana no mi. Ya free SHS ya ba ya. Kom anya school anko. Ena hwe ya o ma ye fe.
Ase o ma se sambe hye obo. Sa ahomache 2 o'clock okra. Meko band, na makwa akoyi sika. E de abra magana. Na mabɔ ne dwetire ama na starting kokon ketenkete.
Hey!
Akunta, you are still incompetent.
2% outside the Mammy Abrabo, a 2 chacha to say aviator. There be a muscle.
Aladdin has also promised us jobs through digitalization. A Jumambe Busu saying.
Aladdin dear, Metanasua, Namasware, a Miribia Mecania Besano, which me talk an ear, light when you phone so, a mammy, baby, our Nambia. Yo, Amagana, and Yamin Meware amount. Aladdin, Jones, where choose.
No Ababa said. Eye Alaji number 1.
Alaji number one.
Esuro.
Using Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa Empty Mixture, brought to you by Koa Research and Manufacturing Limited Company, proudly made in Ghana. Formulated to support your general well-being. For those seeking immune system support, there is Koa Plus Mixture. Support your body's defenses and stay strong. When it comes to combating malaria, Koa Empty Mixture will aid your treatments. For effective relief from malaria symptoms, try Koa MT mixture. Koa mixture, Koa plus mixture, and Koa MT mixture are not recommended for pregnant women, lactating mothers, and children under 12 years. Always take a malaria test before using Koa MT mixture. Choose Koa mixture, Koa plus mixture, and Koa MT mixture for your health needs. Available now at pharmacies nationwide. For bulk purchases, contact 0244 726611 or 0591 565 778. This advert is
anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fair missy way.
The patch of Bantama.
Matias.
That's a cycle.
It's her smile. The fresh breath.
Me, Gidi said we used to Cal 360 toothpaste. Semi kind.
Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim Jom Kasan.
Cal 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will see so feeling when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
The luckiest.
Star 712#.
Luck is everywhere. 8K. Hey, you get an 8K. Get a packing from your book, man. Hey, wait.
You go put it on his tab. This is my man. Good
Hey,
luck.
we star 712. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. And now with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Oh.
Let's choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
No, maybe straight to option 4. Now, you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or prefer tickets. I'm choosing random tickets. Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
Hey,
there. Tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and confirm. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
Imagine a Ghana where your dreams are not defined by the tribe you're from, and your job is not decided by the party you support, but by the strength of our nation and the promise it holds. A Ghana where opportunity is equally based on every faith, every region, every district, and every constituency, where true unity exists and diversity is our power. A Ghana where all 16 regions are activated with industries, development, and purpose to yield economic prosperity. And picture leadership that is not bound by party rules, but by the needs of the people. A government that is decided by the voice of the people. This is the vision of Nana Kwame Bediako and the New Force. We stand for everyone, for the youth, the women, men, and the elderly. So when you step into that polling booth on December 7th, vote for Nana Kwame Bediako, number 12 on the ballot, with the 12 pillars under the apostolic governance, the 12 ministries, New Force, and Nida Swaba.
You're the answer to my prayer. You're with me everywhere. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need tonight. Give me shelter from the rain. You breathe life in me again. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need to know tonight.
Apomode wonsem yemfen diagro. Enunti nese wonom edebapa nko a. Exodus moringa capsules ene Exodus dandelion capsules. Efi Exodus ebusuyanum na ebeboa wapomode. Emu bia wo benya no betimi aboa. Nanso se wonya tu no a wo betimi andom abom na ebeboa papa. Se wonom Exodus moringa capsules ne Exodus dandelion capsules. Ebwa mamoja di efusani yie. Na afei ebusi wo immune system no na kweti ayarewa ahodo. Minim yie se nipa dodo na nim dia moringa etumi ye. Na dandelion so ye nim. Enu nti menkasa bebre. Enye mma apemfo. Ana abatan a oma enifo. Ana abofra onya emfidumi. Exodus ehun dance die dos.
Welcome. Please look into the camera for verification. Thank you, John. You are now verified. Please select your preferred candidate. New candidate. Profile being verified. Please choose another. New candidate. Profile not ready. Please choose another. To see development options for this candidate, press yes or cancel. Will cancel free SHS. Will cancel LEAP. Will cancel health insurance. Will bring back Doomsaw. Should I continue? Press yes or cancel. Please choose another. Development options. Will improve free SHS. Free healthcare. Flat rate scheme for importers. Jobs for the youth. Affordable public transport with electric buses. Generally, a great choice. The only choice really. Thank you for voting number 1.
Vote number 1 on the ballot.
Fire pomudi ni agobi Ghana fu ni age efi say ya your local spices na ya frafra dia ya sankofa natural spice me de go me jollof mu ni mi still ahodoma e ma ne dance
Stanley the barbecue the go on
sankofa natural spices and one you use 100% natural said the yepe no
Adofo mamunye huge mistake sankofa natural spices the
FDIG ejedi nkratu yatu.
How far with your intention?
To be honest, I'm so nervous about starting this new role on Monday.
Oh please, I know you'll be great at it. You should be worried about what benefits they have. Example, do they have health insurance?
I doubt they will have that for internet. So I'm not shaking. I have NHIS already.
Actually, I'm on a line.
Ina, look at you. What are you going to do in the office when you can just download the app to register for an NHIS membership?
Yes, my people. You heard right. You can now download and register your membership on my NHIS app. No long queues or tedious paperwork. All you need is your Ghana card to register for yourself and for others. Once you register, you get a new digital NHIS card on your phone. My NHIS app gives you access to credentialed health facilities and services across the country. NHIS covers over 95% of disease conditions in Ghana. Access to healthcare just got easier.
Now let me sign up quickly. Miss Seth, I'm starting work next month.
Dr. Baumian once said,
but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
Dr. When your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. That time now $1 to 4 cedis. And today, 11.5. The rate of depreciation. What are we going to say? $, India, a Turkish near Medina cap, ewo, dosa or the bremi. And me money deposit. Not dollar, no. 6 cedis to $1. In August 2022, over $100,000. I have the evidence. Between 1,550,000 Ghana cedis, meaning the dollar was 15 cedis, 50 pesos. Where were the strategies?
The dollar, which was selling at 4.2 Ghana cedis in 2016, is today selling at about 17 Ghana cedis. Prices keep rising, businesses are collapsing, yet the so-called economic messiah is dead silent and totally clueless about how to fix it. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet saver.
We are talking about 22 kilometers of railway from Kujokrom to Manso. And now they've also commissioned the Manso-Huri Valley one, meaning that the Western Rail will be complete. These are significant and tremendous improvements in our transportation sector.
Good governance underpins everything.
It's another Tuesday night. Good evening and welcome to the show. What do we have tonight? It's 18 days to go to the general elections and Alan Kojo Kyerematen spits fire on John Ajekum Kufuor, but Ghanaians are angry about the political vitriol and acutely indecent language in the form of insult being used by NDC communicators against the elder statesman. That is absolutely horrendous. Tonight we do a content analysis of the whole Alan Kyerematen episode. Also, Attorney General Godfrey Dame saves Ghana 5 billion cedis. How did he do that? Coming up on this edition as well, President John Dramani Mahama's social media nemesis, the young woman named Belkisu, joins us in the studio. Join us for that interesting story. That, sports, entertainment, text messages, and many more. Welcome aboard. This is Good Evening Ghana. Welcome aboard. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. What is it now? It's 18 days to go for the general election, and this is Good Evening Ghana, your authoritative current affairs program. It's 4 minutes to the top of the hour, 10 o'clock tonight. We have so much. All right. We're going to begin with the Alan Kyerematen conversation, and so many people have called me about that. I don't think that in the last 1 year I've faced this barrage of phone calls pre-production. Usually the phone calls come post-production, but this one was pre-production. Everyone was calling me. What are you going to say about the Alan thing? You have to say something about it. We cannot allow this to happen. We cannot allow people to be insulting our elders anyway. How can you even say that an 84-year-old man, a former president, is being punished for his misdeeds? That's why he's in a wheelchair. Why? Because he endorsed a candidate. My goodness, this is serious. This is very, very serious. Tonight, we'll descend on that heavily. Heavy. All right, though, let's start with two important issues, smaller issues, and then we come to the big one. Last night, was it, at the Adenta community, Cozy Ozi, the hopefully, inshallah, incoming member of parliament for the Adentan constituency, hosted the Champions League. They call it Cozy's Champions League. She hosted a Champions League in Adenta, and guess who headlined the guest list? Our own good friend, our friend who is mad like us. We are all mad. Shatta Dewale was there. Shatta, how are you doing? Badman, good evening. Thank you very much for the Adenta experience. Badman, you owe me cocoa and beans. You know that already. You know that when I come, the cocoa and beans and the fried yam must happen. Badman, it's been a while. Those of you know Shatawale, tell him that I'm calling him on the TV. I said, Badman, I want the yam that the fried yam in his house. I just love it. We sit by the poolside and then we just gobble it down. Okay, here is Shatawale in Adenta with Cozy and the Champions League faithfuls.
Deep down I was alone. Now we can find me and she reject us too. I didn't know who I could run to. Oh, I was was alone. Yeah, me for to be a person when name me Beshabum Naya fraud and so loser. Oh, I understand. Tina, they watch them to be an fake one.
You are in Adenta, please vote Kozi Ozimeno, the female candidate for the Adenta constituency. She has a lot to offer. She's been doing quite a bit anyway. Now, let's get to the touchscreen and let me read something from the Lighthouse Church. Now, I like talking about the Lighthouse Church and Bishop Dag Heward-Mills for a certain reason. You know, when we started this charismatic movement, they always looked down on us one way or the other. The charismatic movement, they always look down on us. They said that you people, your pastors are small boys, and they didn't go to school, and they didn't go to university, and they didn't go to sixth form, and you go to a church where the pastors are small boys. Some even said that I don't go to a church that I'm older than. So these churches were born in the early 80s, the earliest one, the late 70s, all in the early 80s. So all the folks born in the 70s and 60s said they would not attend the church. The church was looked down upon because it looked like it didn't have caliber. The charismatic movement was looked down upon because it looked like it didn't have caliber. Enter Dag Heward-Mills, the medical doctor who had taken a prize in pediatrics at his graduation at medical school, son of a famous politician, didn't look like he needed bread, didn't look like he needed a career, didn't look like he needed a profession. He took up his Bible and he said, I'll serve the Lord Jesus. And I'll set up a church called the Lighthouse Church. Now, that gave credibility to the charismatic church. Now, since Dag Heward-Mills, no one has said anywhere that the charismatic church is made up of riffraffs and is this. And Dag didn't come alone. Dag came with a huge professional base. E.A.T. Saki, lawyer, called to the bar, barrister at law, solicitor at the Supreme Court of Ghana. He wasn't looking for a career. He wasn't looking for a job. He took up the Bible and he said, I'll follow the Lord Jesus and I'll work with Bishop Dag. And then came the rest, Kyerematen, everyone else from the Lighthouse setup. Now, when we went to the Lighthouse Church, it was full of doctors and lawyers. Now, Dag Heward-Mills was able to take the message of the cross into those people who were educated, as educated, quote unquote. And so I always salute Dag Heward-Mills for giving the charismatic church the credibility that they got. And after that, no one, those of you who are younger, you never heard it. But those of us who are old, we used to hear it, that the charismatic church is made up of people who didn't go to school. As soon as Dag Heward-Mills came in, nobody said that. Today, Dag has moved another step forward. We know that all of us in the charismatic church, the faithfuls of Otabil, the faithfuls of Duncan Williams, we are all grappling with this succession plan. What is going to happen? Pastor Otabil is 60, a little over 60 now. In 40 years, Pastor Otabil will be 110. Perhaps he will not be able to preach again. What's going to happen to the church? All the succession plan thinking has been going on. Tonight, I was delighted to see this on social media, post from the Lighthouse Church. I'd like to read it. Forgive me, viewers, this is not politics. I'm just digressing from my politics to pay tribute to a bishop that I completely admire. Here it is. Bishop Dag Heward-Mills unveils new constitution of Lighthouse and announces retirement for pastors as part of the new constitution. It says as follows. So those of you who are in any of the Lighthouse denominations who haven't seen this, I like the First Love Church, where Joshua is, lawyer Joshua. You know him, right? He's my man. I like that First Love. And Joshua is always managing First Love and engaging people, reaching out to people. He does an excellent job, Joshua Heward-Mills. But this is the story. The founder and presiding bishop of the United Denominations, originating from the Lighthouse Group of Churches. Now they call it UDOLGC, formerly called the Lighthouse Chapel International. Bishop Dag Heward-Mills, in a recent message this November, announced a new constitution for the church. Few years ago, the name of the church was changed from Lighthouse Chapel International to UDOLGC, and the name of the campus church was changed from First Love Church to United Organization of First Love Churches. Okay, in the most recent developments, the churches were subcategorized and organized for effective and efficient administration at different levels. The most striking aspect of the new constitution is the introduction of the retirement age, which was not part of the church system initially. The retirement age was pegged at 60 years old. Bishop Dag Heward-Mills indicated that the church needs strong and agile people to run it effectively and efficiently, and not old and weak people. However, Bishop Mills and other senior bishops, about 8 in number, particularly the ones that started the ministry with him in the early years, have been exempted from retirement. These category of bishops will serve till death. The bishops exempted from retirement are Bishop Dag Heward-Mills, Bishop E.A.T. Saki, we salute Bishop Saki, Bishop Eddie Adi, Bishop Edwin Ogo, Kyerematen, used to be in Sakumono back in the day, and Bishop Zach Ntifo, among others. Okay, the 8 bishops exempted from the retirement now have the approval to run what is now termed the new independent stand-alone churches called NHIS. NHIS are churches that bishops in charge are free to run independently without undue influence from UDOLGC administration. These bishops report directly to Bishop Dag Heward-Mills and not to any other person or organ in the church. That's Bishop Dag Heward-Mills. Bishop, we salute you. Continue to build a real solid foundation for the body of Christ and for the message of salvation and the message of the cross. You know, Bishop Dag calls himself an evangelist. That's what he is. Recently, I saw photographs of him in Madagascar. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I was talking to Bishop Dag Heward-Mills, I believe in one of the election years, 2016, I think. And he was telling me how he had traveled across the country on this crusade, and he has felt the pulse of the people. He didn't say anything political, but he was telling me that when you go around the country, you have a completely different view of the nation. You sit in Accra, it's different. You go around the country, it's different. I had gone to a jog. I usually would run in the morning on Saturdays at the University of Ghana. And I was running on that Saturday morning. I saw a huge truck at the Legon Hall, the park behind an XB, Legon Hall and XB. And it was a lighthouse truck. I'd never seen it before. I was delighted. So I went in there, and Bishop Dag was there, and we spoke, and we were talking and all that. That's Bishop Dag. He says that he is a son of the Archbishop. He says it himself, and the Archbishop says it too. He used to play the organ in the Archbishop's church. Thank you, Bishop Dag, for this effort, and the charismatic church will be stronger for it. All right. Now, let's get to the politics. Alan Kojo Kyerematen has said something. But Alan Kyerematen's talk is, let me pause for them to take this off, because sometimes when you watch the social media, then I'm talking about something and the photograph behind me has not yet changed. But now it's changed. It's come to Alan, the man of the moment. I've seen the Alan video. I was sad when I saw it because I know Alan Kyerematen. I know his relationship with John Kufuor. I know how much John Kufuor wanted to promote Alan Kyerematen. I know how much John Kufuor has endorsed Alan Kyerematen. There's no Alan Kyerematen without a John Kufuor. It is John Kufuor who promoted Alan Kyerematen. From the days of Empretech, it was John Kufuor who made Alan Kyerematen Ghana's ambassador to the United States at the turn of the century. That was significant. A new American government has come. The Republicans are taking over the White House again. The Republicans had not been in the White House since Clinton. And everything was changing in the world. Millennium bug had come around. The year 2000 was exciting for everybody. We're in a new century. We're in a new epoch. Technology was coming big in the world. America was very, very important. Everything was happening in America. George W. Bush, the son of George Bush, had become president of the United States. America was in the middle of a war. They had done the Iraq war. Everything was turning, and America was in the middle. John Kufuor decided that I'm also new president of Ghana. John Kufuor was beginning to lead this new African renaissance of genuine democratic leaders himself. Chief Obasanjo, they were supported by Hosni Mubarak. Thabo Mbeki was in South Africa. Everything was great for Africa. In those circumstances, John Kufuor said Alan Kyerematen should go and be the ambassador in America. Alan Kyerematen went to be ambassador, but that's when people who didn't know him from Adisada Lachimota and family, all of us who didn't know him, that's when we heard about him. That, Kufuor had appointed some brilliant young man to Washington to be our ambassador. He was in Washington, he wasn't quite happy with it, he wanted to come down. Again, Kufuor obliged. What did Kufuor do? Kufuor removed a stalwart in parliament, Kofi Kunadu Apreku, member of parliament who had been a stalwart of the MPP. He had been at the backside of, at the side of Professor Dubois to help him to work. And Apreku had been known in Ghana. Apreku was already a big name. Apreku was taken out of trade, and Alan Kyerematen was given the job. Alan Kyerematen did the PSI, etc., etc. Not to say much about that. But in the year 2000's campaign, I was there. The MPP had to answer questions on PSI because the NDC was using it. That you did PSI and wasted money. Forget about all that. Then Alan Kyerematen was given significant support from Kufuor's castle in 2007. That's a dead story. Everybody knows that. The sitting president, John Ajekum Kufuor, was endorsing a candidate in his party. Something that he shouldn't do. In fact, he didn't even do it publicly. But he did it behind the scenes. Water has gone under the bridge. So we now all know what's happened. But John Kufuor supported Alan behind the scenes because he's such a quintessential Democrat. He didn't want it to be obvious. He spoke to Akufo-Addo people as well, but everyone knew that Alan's campaign had been oiled by Kojo Mpianim. Kojo Mpianim, who is Kufuor's chief of staff, continues to speak for Alan. So there's no Alan Kyerematen without J.A. Kufuor. Alan is nothing without J.A. Kufuor. Today, Listen to what Alan Kyerematen says about John Ajay Kufuor. I'm completely shocked. Why? Does Kufuor own Alan Kyerematen? Is Kufuor for Alan Kyerematen? Is that Alan Kyerematen's property? I don't understand it. Is John Kufuor Alan Kyerematen's property? Is that his property? I don't get it. How can you be unhappy because the leader of the NPP has endorsed the NPP candidates? Is that not natural? And they are asking Kufuor to keep quiet. Alan Kyerematen, what are you talking about? When you were running for presidential aspirant against Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, everybody knew that John Kufuor was supporting you. Nobody said anything because Kufuor has a right to choose who he supports in the party. That's the spirit of the NPP as I've seen it. They allow you to support whoever you want to support. People knew that Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was supporting Mahamudu Bawumia. He didn't do it obvious. He didn't cut anybody's head. But he gave his support however he could to Bawumia because he felt that if he is a delegate, he's going to vote Bawumia. Kufuor felt that if he's a delegate, he thought Alan Kyerematen is better. So how can Alan Kyerematen come today when there was an internal party contest where every party leader must remain neutral? It was clear that John Kufuor was backing Alan. Alan didn't find anything wrong with that. Alan finds something wrong with the MPP president. Kufuor had been delivered by the MPP to be president of Ghana. Without the MPP, Kufuor would not have been president of Ghana. Kufuor is a founding member of the MPP. Kufuor has been a founding member of the MPP since the NLM. And the MPP has a candidate for an election that looks like a difficult election. Kufuor comes out to endorse his party candidate, and Alan Kyerematen attacking him. And Alan Kyerematen joins the ranks of the NDC. I was going to use a word for them, but I can't use it. Listen to this. Listen. Have a look.
But the way Obo say a hunsusasono sebi it has created a big blot.
Sorry, my producers were in a hurry for us to get to the main story. We'll get to that. But listen to this one. Listen to this young man.
And now TV chemwa ye peja once rock kwatena WC so agya wonan ye wi asase so be gu hwi chemu no no still wo campaign ma MPP se ka che obi agimi anya akwa na agimi o se bi ye wo bakwasia so nyini se de ba nyansafo nyini be panyinya nyansafo no sa na bakwasia so nyini and now TV chemwa ye peja once rock kwatena WC so agya wonan ye wi asase so be gu hwi chemu no no still wo campaign ma MPP se ka che obi agimi anya akwa na agimi o sebie yewo bakwasia so nyini sede ba nyansafo nyini be panyinya nyansafo no sa na bakwasia so nyini enakwa TV chemu a ye peja once ro kwakotena WC so agya wonan no ye wi asase so be gu hwi chemu no mpo no still wo campaign ma MPP se ka che obi agimi anya akwa na agimi o sebie yewo bakwasia so nyini sede ba nyansafo nyini be panyinya nyansafo no sa na bakwasia so nyini enakwa TV chemu a ye peja
Accra will take wheelchair. I mean, what kind of politics is this? What kind of politics is this? And nobody from the National Democratic Congress is able to issue a statement. When Dr. Attaboatin, and please get the Pudon video for me, let me know when you have it. When Dr. Attaboatin came to define 24-hour economy in the most ridiculous terms, they fired him from the party within 24 hours. Sami Gyamfi occasioned a dismissal from the party communications ranks of Dr. Attaboatin because he came to a television studio in Kumasi and he completely botched whatever 24-hour economy was intended to mean. Attaboatin said it's about rearing animals and something in Pudong in China, something completely horrendous. When Attaboatin said that, they fired him from the party. When this man speaks about John Kufuor in that manner, you don't fire him from the party. Nobody says anything. President John Dramani Mahama has said nothing. Vice presidential candidate Jenna Opoku-Agyeman has said nothing. Chairman of the party, please get me their photographs. I'll use it at the end. President John Dramani Mahama, Vice Presidential Candidate Jenano Pokwagyeman, Chairman of the party Johnson Asedun Katia, General Secretary of the party Fifi Kwete, National Communications and Propaganda Secretary John Samuel Jemfi, and Director of Communications Omani Boama, Joyce Bawa Motgari. Get me their photographs and let me question them on the touch screen. Is that the kind of politics you want your children to learn? Is that the kind of politics that Asedun Katia wants his children to learn? The politics of telling Kufuor that he sits on a wheelchair, they take him to the toilet, bring him back to the wheelchair, he should shut up and sit there. A 2-term president of Ghana, a former spokesperson for foreign affairs, a 2-term parliamentary member of parliament, 2-time MP for Ghana, and a very distinguished leader, Alan Kyerematen himself, says that Kufuor has a distinguished career. The leader who solved our constitutional crisis problem of coup d'etat, because we didn't believe in Rawlings's stability because we thought he's a soldier, he has control over it. We thought that the real test of our stability is when we have a non-soldier in the seat, what will happen? John Kufuor was able to show us that, and to steer Ghana away from military coups, he did a clear 2 terms, handed over to the opposition. Such a man, Alote Jacobs, goes to Kufuor's house to go and beg him about the things they say. And in 2024's election, John Kufuor conducts an interview and says, I am endorsing my party's candidate, and this is what this guy says about him. Show the guy again. Let's look at it again.
And now TV chemo, ye peja once, rock what another breeze so jawnano, ye we assassin so be good chemo. Still, what company my MPP? See, I can't be a Jimmy and Yakwana Jimmy. Sabi ye wo Bakwasian, Bakwasia Sunini. Said the Banyansa phone bear penina Yansa phone, Sana Bakwasia Sunini.
He's virtually calling the president foolish. Hey! I mean, I'm frightened. Let me know when you have the photographs of the gang of 7 that I mentioned. President John Dramani Mahama, Vice Presidential Candidate, former President John Dramani Mahama, former Education Minister and Vice Presidential Candidate Jenano Pokwagyeman, who was unable to provide chalk. Chairman of the party, Johnson Asedun Katia, General Secretary of the party, Fifi Kwete, who had an abysmal career, who took Ghana's aggregate to negative. Fifi Kwete, no, I'll take it later. Get me all of them on the same line. I'll take it later. Jenano Pokwagyeman is here. Then I want also in the same list Samuel Jemfi, the propaganda secretary of the party. They call him National Communications Officer. Dr. Mani Boama. Dr. Mani Boama is a Christian. He's a Catholic. He's an avowed Catholic. Dr. Mani Boama, I'm speaking to you. Is that something that you are happy about? You are happy about people calling Kufuor our grandfather, these kinds of names? Mani Boama, you are happy with this? Sami Jemfi, you are happy with this? It is an election. It's politics. You can win, you can lose. MPP can win, NDC can win. We are still one Ghana. We respect our elders. What? What is this? The Ghana Journalists Association, I think that they should issue a statement. National Peace Council, they sit down and Kufuor is insulted like that, and it's fine, it's okay, nobody has a... What did Kufuor do that he says, I am endorsing my party's candidate? Really? And Alan Kyerematen joins this kind of thing? Alan Kyerematen didn't even condemn the insults that he has seen on social media. He has seen it. He actually joins the conversation to abuse the man who made you. The man who made Alan Kyerematen, you sit down and abuse him like that? That's what he has said, that he endorses Dr. Bawumia, his party's candidate, is a blot on his career. That's what Alan Kyerematen said. I don't believe it. I don't believe Alan Kyerematen said that. But it's in the video. Let's watch the other guy. The other guy, Dela something. Please, the young man. Let's see it.
Only the lame. Some 30-year-old boy came and sat on TV. No, I'm not a small boy. But let's tell President Kufuor, I expect him to also undi the lame. Now memu ko na memu obebu Ghana ye nyina hu true car. Let's do the right. And then waka ko tretie oba be sikani. Ene Nyankopon se boni a obedi ye ti waka chair hu chair mu na wote wo. Wontina wodi. No, Dala with all due respect. I didn't due respect. I didn't due respect. He chair mu de ni de mislo. Please. You feel. Be you de feel. He chair mu de no. On share on judge your canon ebufu ati and all due respect. President Kufuor and maybe if you and President Kufuor oh jam I'm getting more and maybe if you said Bonnie by my there be man can some President Kufuor only the lame Menyam kwa betie menya kwala wo na ka say oh some 30-year-old boy came and sat on TV. No, I'm not a small boy. But let's tell President Kufuor say me di me huni. I expect him to also ondin huni, ondin the lame. Na membu okọ, na membu obebu wo Ghana ye nyine hu true calm.
Let's do the right.
Ene wakọ ko trefie oba be sikani. Ene Nyankopon say boni a obedi ye nti waka chair wheelchair mu na oto. Wontina hodi.
No, Dala, with all due respect.
I didn't due respect. I didn't due respect.
Wheelchair mu dey need them slow. Please. You feel.
Be you dey feel.
Wheelchair mu dey no. You want to
on share on judge your kika kano na ebufu ati
about we
enne
all due respect
President Kufuor na me if you enne President Kufuor oh jam me ngere mo and me if you said boni be my there be me nka some President Kufuor.
Were we not in this country when J.J. Rawlings mounted a campaign platform in 2008 to support Professor Mills's campaign? Did anybody find anything wrong with that? J.J. Rawlings, the founder of the NDC, he went around the country in 2008 campaigning for the NDC candidate. Did anybody find a problem with that? In 2012, J.J. Rawlings campaigned for the NDC candidate John Dramani Mahama. Campaigned, not just endorsed, campaigned for the NDC candidate. 2008, Mr. Rawlings campaigned for Mills. Did anybody find anything wrong with that? This is not the first time John Kufuor has been campaigning. In 2016, he was on the platform. He campaigned for Nana Akufo-Addo. Kufuor on MPP campaign team demonstrates united front. This Professor Kobi Mensah talking. This Akufo-Addo and this is Mahamadou Bawumia and John Kufuor. What is the problem with that? My concern is not about the two, you know, I don't know what word to use for them. Here's another one. Jimmy Carter votes in Georgia, fulfilling wish to live long enough to cast a ballot for Kamala Harris. This is Jimmy Carter, former president of America, endorsing his party. This is former President Bill Clinton campaigns for Harris Walls in Western Pennsylvania. This is not just endorsement, it's campaigning. They are campaigning for their party's candidate. Is that not very basic? Is that not to be expected? It's to be expected. John Kufuor will campaign for his party's candidate. And then when he campaigns, they say about him that they take him from which he'll take him to the toilet and bring, oh my goodness. And everybody is watching this. It's okay. Play Hunto again. I want them to understand the gravity of the horrendous nature of his communication. Play Hunto again.
And now, TV chemo, ye peja once, rock tena WC so jawana no, ye we assassin so be good chemo no. Still, what company my MPP? See, I catch what be a Jimmy and Nakwa na Jimmy. Said ye wo Bakwasia no, Bakwasia Sunini. Said ye by Yansa phone, bear penny Yansa phone, Sana Bakwasia Sunini. And now, TV chemo, ye peja once, rock tena WC so jawana no, ye we assassin so be good chemo no. Still, what company my MPP? See, I catch what be a Jimmy and Nakwa na Jimmy. Said ye wo Bakwasia no, Bakwasia Sunini. Said ye by Yansa phone, bear penny Yansa phone, Sana Bakwasia Sunini.
Ghana. This one is a big Why? Okay, leave it there. Let's now tell the full story. So, 2 days ago at the weekend, John Kufuor hosted a group of journalists, particularly from the vernacular broadcast stations, and he spoke to them about many issues about Ghana. Let's take the first John Kufuor video where he's talking about how he met Mahamadou Bawumia, or how he got to know about him also. Let's see. This is what John Kufuor said.
In 2003, your international conference was London. It was Financial Times, London. No more organizing a conference on finance and economy. Yeah, politicians, bankers, I can say. Now, me team of the figure now governor of the central bank, Dr. Polakwa, Okano. Many Serbia ministers in Kano. And governor Polakwa, Bank of Ghana for Council. Nkoda Edinachi. Nkoda Edinachi, no research assistant. Bako. And for Bawumia. Yeah. No meaning Bawumia. So the Bapani attend. Yeah. Now, international conference was a big hotel there, from hotel, landmark hotel. Conference, no cost. Tina said, papers, statements, I say,
presented
as a bank for the back, say, Bank of Ghana. Kind of conference. You know, I said, I could be. And I want to walk kind of people. Governor was such a name paying for me. na madwe ya me
na governor te ho
akodai kokan paper na no share ni sabi adwene chemu ya de no owie obi aboy so ntiwaye okotenase wona ne nkasada nam sanfa kodan mo obaye na ho brase ne nam so wadi a wakoka aye papa diyo ho na koso ya adwuma sei we sa obedra kire nam ka kire nsa 2003 ani asan ba Ghana wa ya adwuma banko wa mamenchen o mesra mi hweda baba o president wa adwuma bebre nti but that time baka ya HIPC highly indebted for countries initiative and I am for my bany abred in the sea we tell Ghana free sadi no na for economy because kasa we are HIPC so we are bankrupt sabi obi an economy na dia feli obaku sa abosin abaman dabe we were not credit worthy obi the for be enya musin nti send a bayama IMF for na dia to say that by no I recover quickly from SARS situation ya juma nti any Bank of Ghana for that quite and no kwada ya juma we were able to achieve or attain what they call completion points in record time. They're taking at the initiative in 2000 by 2003. Now what this happens now? A car will be a man will be na Ghana the category we see anymore. I could buy $8 billion, not million, $1 billion.
President Kufuor said he saw Dr. Bawumia. He didn't know him. He saw him in a meeting in London where Governor Paul Akwa was there, and Governor Paul Akwa invited his research guy, Muhammad Bawumia, to come and read something. He was thoroughly impressed. He said, who is this? We have a Bank of Ghana. This guy is interesting. And so President Kufuor, that's not the first time he's endorsing Bawumia. When he attended Bawumia Speaks lecture, he endorsed him. But that is the candidate of his party. I don't get it. Well, President Kufuor also had an endorsement for free SHS. And I don't know whether that also hurts people, but this is what he said.
Abania ebe only na di sa free maternal care no baya nam so ye wo ya ntwa kapre yenya hospital treatment Kolebu Komfanochi Bobo hospital say nti mo hwe no am ko bu musu an ko 20 ya
So President Kufuor said two things. He endorsed Muhammad Bawumia, and then he said that the free SHS policy is a good one. Why? Because the kids who benefited from the free maternal care have now come of age, and they've also benefited from free SHS. So you're saying that his party, the MPP, has done great for Ghana. That's what John Kufuor is saying, that his party, the MPP, has done great for Ghana. I'm not sure what is wrong with that. But then Alan Kyerematen got very upset, and that's why he's losing his support tonight. The ground on which Alan Kyerematen stands is melting. Even those who had some sympathy, modicum of sympathy for him, is gone away. They are completely shocked about the sense of entitlement that the founder, a founding member of the party, the president that the party produced, the first president the MPP produced for the Fourth Republic, cannot endorse the MPP candidate for the 2024 election. He shouldn't endorse. He should sit there and keep quiet. And as they say, pour out so much invectives on him. I can't believe that. This is Alan Kyerematen speaking. Let's see the first Alan video. Resisting President Kufuor's endorsement.
He's the best person for you. I'm challenging President Kufuor. Say, what a paying I never say on the coffee no buy. Anamebwa dear Juana Bawumia dear Juana na Bawumia before no Bawumia wonim dabe okofa ni free wonim Bawumia Edwa na Bawumia ya it works he's the best person for you. I'm challenging President Kufuor. Say what Edwa paying na say I never say on the coffee no buy. Anamebwa dear Juana Bawumia dear Juana na Bawumia before no
Ebe Dr. Bawumia has been endorsed worldwide. as one of the most effective vice presidents of this Fourth Republic. Father Campbell is not a Ghanaian. He's a Catholic priest. He endorses Bawumia's work as a vice president. Franklin Kujo, he's not a politician, NDC, MPP. He's civil society. He endorses Bawumia's work. Everybody endorses Bawumia's work. Alan Kyerematen hasn't seen it. But Alan, compare yourself to Bawumia. You are trade minister. Bawumia was deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana. You have been trade minister for 2 terms. He's been vice president and a very, very successful vice president. Alan cannot compare himself to Dr. Bawumia in any way. Maybe he's older than Dr. Bawumia, that's it. But what has Alan Kyerematen done that he's talking about Dr. Bawumia? Dr. Bawumia is deputy governor of the central bank. He has been vice president, an effective one. He has a PhD in economics. He's demonstrated his work. Dr. Bawumia was hired by the AFDB to go and help Zimbabwe. Has Alan Kyerematen forgotten? Please remind Alan Kyerematen. Has he forgotten? Dr. Bawumia was taken by the African Development Bank as an economist with a good brain to go and help Robert Mugabe's Zimbabwe get out of the doldrums of inflation and currency depreciation and all of those economic difficulties. The quagmire, the economic quagmire that Zimbabwe found itself in. The African Development Bank thought that Mahamudu Bawumia is the one to rescue Zimbabwe. Mahamudu Bawumia is a Ghanaian, he's not a Zimbabwean. What is Alan Kyerematen? Where is his record? He shows us one record. Cassava record. Alan Kyerematen should not let us talk about him. We love him. He should stop that. What record is he talking about? He's comparing himself to Mahamudu Bawumia. Alan Kyerematen. What is he talking about? Does he think we are sleeping? Well, maybe he and his campaign people are sleeping. We are not sleeping, but we love them. And it's very, very important that we bring this out. Listen to Alan Kyerematen again. The first one, the same one you played. Play it again.
No, Bawumia no nim da ben okofa ni free when nim Bawumia edwa ben na Bawumia ya it work say he's the best person for you. I'm challenging President Kampo. Say what edwa ben na tie say I na ben say on na kofa no ba. Anamebwa dia adwuma na Bawumia dia adwuma na Bawumia before no Bawumia no nim da ben okofa ni free wonim Bawumia adwuma ben na Bawumia ya it work say he's the
Kyerematen cannot compare himself to Bawumia in achievements. Take Kufuor out, take Akufo-Addo out. Put Alan Kyerematen and Bawumia down. What has Alan Kyerematen done in Ghana that is better than what Bawumia has done? I mean, what is he talking? What can Alan Kyerematen point to? What is he going to say? He's going to say that I did an automobile under Akufo-Addo's government, 1 district, 1 factory. I did cassava under Kufuor's government. Mahamudu Bawumia, vice president, brought the digitalization. President Akufo-Addo himself acknowledges that this has been an effective vice president. Everybody in Ghana sees that this has been an effective vice president. Forget about vice president. African Development Bank carried Mahamudu Bawumia to Zimbabwe. The chief, come and help. But at that time, Bawumia had never been vice president. He had only been a deputy governor of the central bank, and that's all the AFDB, that's all the record they had about him. Well, he had taught in Canada, he had taught in Oxford. And that's Bawumia's record. How can Alan Kyerematen compare to Bawumia's record? Even the two of them comparing, Alan Kyerematen does not compare to Bawumia's record. But we love Alan Kyerematen, don't we? But is that how he should treat the love that we have for him? To use the love we have for him to denigrate our godfather? I can't understand this. And people are watching. And Alan Kyerematen he says Kufuor's, play the second Alan video. He talks about Kufuor's political image being blotted. Play that video, the second one.
The way Obohun say sebi it has created a big blot on his political career. Once you say them Kufuor ekikan mom ka genzino. Why yes me fa who dey tell
blot on his political career.
Na dey Kufuor eke wonte. Me too. E wo hwa nipa dem sebi obi a wanya distinguished career in politics obi a respect you. I dey na fei Udi unwa kwaji nsemu ma afi obi atime enka bibia ntiano but the make an say we dey no of no do ye no enye ezo jai because ade a wo ye na enye no wo ye panyin na wo ye no bi ka che o say over ade a wo ye nya e se wo jai efiseti o wo ye president he feels so oshomo nyina oshowo ka ho a but me na the right he's been there before Paka, men sabi, men force me. say yeah me cut in 17.
I'm just looking at the relationship for
Even the MPP minister said that somebody was sleeping in cabinet. The MPP ministers, they said, oh, somebody was always sleeping in cabinet. They said somebody was sleeping in cabinet all the time. 2018, 2019, somebody was sleeping in cabinet. The MPP ministers have told me. They've told other journalists that somebody was sleeping in cabinet all the time. Now, what Alan Kyerematen just said is more frightening. Is he suggesting, Alan, that he endorses the insults of President Kufuor? Is he suggesting that? Is that what Alan Kyerematen is suggesting? That Kufuor deserves the insults he's getting? He's almost saying that. Play that video again. The one you just played. Please listen. Viewers, let's listen.
But the way Obamu say, and who Sebi, it has created a big blot on his political career. One say them go for a kikan mom kagezino. Why yes, me find who they tell
blot on his political career.
Now they go for a won't me too. If nipa them Sebi Opia when you distinguished career in politics, Opia respect you. I then have a would you want to jin semu I feel Opia to me. And can't be Biantiano, but the American say, really, no of no. Do I and a soldier? Because idea wo ye na enyeno. We are penina wo ye no be catch us over idea we ye nya. So we jai efficiency. We president. He feels so or show when you now show can one. But the right. He's been there before. Paka, man, Sebi, man for swimming. Say yeah, me cut in 17.
I'm just looking at the relationship for
So Alan is suggesting that the Kufuor has endorsed Bawumia and therefore it brings a blot on his image and that people are going to be attacking him. He's asking the host of the program, have you not seen how people are attacking President Kufuor? That's what he's asking the host of the program. So Alan Kyerematen endorses the horrendous, what word shall I use? I don't want to use those words. The very inappropriate, indecent language that has been used against President Kufuor. Alan Kyerematen says, President Kufuor, he's happy that this Hunto gentleman, the young man called Hunto, sitting on original radio, is able to say the things about Kufuor that he's saying, and Alan Kyerematen is suggesting to us tonight that Kufuor has brought these things upon himself. I mean, this is the lowest for Alan Kyerematen. Such a distinguished man. This is the lowest. Is that how politics can? Is that how when you are not winning politics, this is how you behave? Then I don't want to go to politics and not win. Is this how when you are not winning you behave? Is it some disease? Is it a disease? Alan Kyerematen is suggesting that these words, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute, used by Hunto is appropriate because Kufuor has brought it upon himself, because Kufuor endorsed the candidate of his party. Is that what Alan Kyerematen is saying? Listen to Hunto again and tell me whether Alan Kyerematen watching this thinks that his uncle, who is being denigrated by this unwarranted young man, is correct because he has endorsed Mahamudu Bawumia. Listen to the boy.
And now TV chemwa ye peja once no akwa tena WC so agya wonan no ye wi asase so be gu hwi chemu no still wo campaign ma MPP se aka che obi agimi anya akwa na agimi o se bi ye wo bakwasia no bakwasia so nyini se de ba nyansafo nyini be panyinya nyansafo no sa na bakwasia so nyini and now TV chemwa ye peja once no akwa tena WC so agya wonan no ye wi asase so be gu hwi chemu no still wo campaign ma MPP se aka che obi agimi anya akwa na agimi o Sebie ye wo bakwasia no bakwasia so nyini sede ba nyansafo nyini be panyinya nyansafo no sa na bakwasia so nyini enakwa TV chemu a ye peja once no akwa tena WC so agya wonan no ye wi asase so be gu hwi chemu no.
Wow. Okay. I have a quick endorsement to make for a young woman, a 9-year-old woman whose father I met today. And let me just, I hear she's going to bed, so I have to do it very quickly. I met her father today and said that the young woman has been watching the program for a while. So, sir, the young woman is called Jennifer Fosua Kesi. Jennifer, good evening. I hope you're watching, but you have to go to bed now. It's 18 minutes at the top of the hour 11. Jennifer, please go to bed because tomorrow is school day. And I'm going to mention your favorite teachers, Miss Dazi and Mr. Akosu. Miss Dazi and Mr. Akosu, all of them teachers of Jennifer Fosua Kesi, whose father I met earlier today. She's 9 years old. Father called her on video. I spoke to her. She was delighted to speak to me, and I was blushing because it's not often that 9-year-olds like to see you. I was very delighted about that. So Jennifer, work hard. I told her in the video conversation I had with her on her father's phone that she should learn hard. In future, she will do a Good Evening Ghana much, much, much better than what I'm doing now. And she smiled, and my day was made. Jennifer, thank you very much. Jennifer Foswake. So I asked her, who are your favorite teachers? And she mentioned them. And I told her father to text me the name of the favorite teachers. Her father just texted me and said, your daughter is about to go to bed, so please mention her name. Jennifer, I hope we've done justice to that. God bless you. You are the future host of Good Evening Ghana. It's going to happen live. You do a much, 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 much better Good Evening Ghana than we do here. You'll be seen by the whole world, not we just seen by Ghanaians and Facebook. There'll be different kinds of Facebook that the whole world can see. Jennifer, you're going to be great. Amen. Okay, so let's get now to the serious matters. President Kufuor. Now, I have this information for Alan Kyerematen. I love Alan Kyerematen, you see. So I want to give him an advice. Sir, please look at your campaign over the last 1 year. It's not only President Kufuor who endorsed you in 2007 and who is endorsing another person. All of these people were your people. All of these distinguished stalwarts of the NPP on the TV, they are your people. What happened? Catherine Afeku believed in you. What happened? Sly believed in you. What happened? Abna, the Minister of State at the Ministry of Finance, believed in you. What happened? Alan Kyerematen, this is your tripartite. You could not hold these people who believe in you. You left the party and they remained in the party. I have an even more dastardly account coming on this show tonight. Adenta Kumi, the young man, he's on the campaign in Ashanti region. He put up a video for me just on this matter. He put up a video for me on this matter. And I'll show it in a minute. Listen to this Adenta Kumi, who did the video for me. It's about 3 minutes long. Let's watch it and we come and wrap it up on this edition. This Adenta Kumi, who did a video and sent it to me when he heard this Alan Kyerematen story. Listen to him.
Singapore, when I came back to the New Patriotic Party to fully work for my party, I had an interview with you. And before the interview, I had a conversation with you. If you realize, I never said anything that was derogatory towards Alan's personality. And it was a matter of principle. When I worked with Archbishop Duncan William, when he paid my school fees, there were a few things he taught me. And two of them was that vindication is in the womb of time. And also that what you honor is what you become. What you dishonor, you can never become. Those were the principles that I stood on. That's why I kept saying that I had made a mistake. Because the time that I spent following them, I saw that time and time memorial, I had made a big mistake. Senior, today when I came back to the MPP, our leader has an organization around him. A subset organization around him that I realized that it comprises of serious people, people that are not bitter, people that will not go about saying anything about other people, people that know how to manage time, the time of the candidate, people that make sure that the candidate is accessible, and the candidate himself has put it in his mind that politics is about people. It's not about what you give them. It's about people, how much time you spend with them. When he was sick, how Baumia found out that he was sick, came to visit him in the hospital and paid the hospital bills. When asked the same Senior Adumaku Befi and asked him how Baumia came to stay in his house for more than 4 hours just to confide in him concerning a few things. If today Baumia has loyal people around him, it's because he spent time, which is the most expensive resources, to be with such people. During my birthday, I had become quiet. 28 January, I wasn't campaigning for Movement for Change. Neither was I campaigning for MPP. I was thinking through my life very well. Do you know who called me? It wasn't the person I was following, no, but Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia called me and wished me a prosperous life and told me that I should never think I've made a mistake, but I always have the opportunity to come back to the MPP, and he will make sure that nobody will harm me. And that was true to his words. When I left MPP, nobody insulted me, but when I came back, go and see the people movement. They even said to the extent that I've taken 2,000 Ghana cedi. 2,000 Ghana. How much do I buy as fuel in my car? And today when you listen to them and their leader, you see that they are full of bitter people, bitterness. But thank God that Dr. Bawumia is not bitter. Thank God that Dr. Bawumia knows how to honor.
All right, that's Adenta Kumi. We'll be calling him to talk to him tonight. He's on the campaign trail. Alan Kyerematen, this is about you. This is about how, instead of checking your background and building the people around you and working with them, Kwabene Japan was your campaign manager in 2012. I've had conversations with him. He's told me certain things I can't repeat here. I don't have his permission to repeat them. But he told me his experience with the Alan situation in 2012. Why he's no longer on the Alan campaign trail. Kwabene Japan is on Bawumia's campaign trail. Adenta Kumi, who was supporting you in Adenta, has left you and is joined Mahamadou Bawumia's campaign trail. 500 young men left the movement and joined Bawumia's campaign trail. That's what should be worrying Alan Kyerematen's mind. Nano Hininto, where are you? What is happening to our man? Nano Hininto, are you there? The former distinguished general secretary of the party, the man who inspired all of us as young people to be journalists. Nano Hininto, what is happening? What is happening to our man? What is happening to Alan Kyerematen? Why is he doing this? Is he endorsing the insults that they are heaping on John Kufuor? Why is Alan Kyerematen doing this? He should focus on his campaign. He's Asieho on the ballot. He has inherited Kufuor's Asieho. He should continue and campaign and hope that he gets a lot of votes. I don't know whether he'll get votes or not, but it's open. It's an open election on December 7th. 14 million people are going to cast their ballot. Alan Kyerematen must convince them that he must vote for him. What is this? What is this embarrassing situation? Let's take the text messages, and then when we get a phone call, we'll take it so that we don't lose time. I think I'd like to start with Fatih. Is it correct? Should I start with Fatih? Okay, Fatih, what are people saying?
And he says, as for the NDC and their communicators, this is normal for them. I'm just shocked and surprised about Alan John Kyerematen trying hard to rubbish President Kufuor and his endorsement of Dr. Bawumia. What did he, Alan, say when the president's influence and the government's machinery were used to support him on his bid to lead the NPP for the 2008 elections? He was okay with it then, but sees everything wrong with the former president endorsing his opponent of his party. Liligo says, I'm so sad and angry. Ghanaians should reject the NDC again. What did Kufuor do wrong that warrants all of this insults and disrespect from the NDC and Alan? Francis Wine says, NDC communicators, please, do you have elders in your party? How do you insult a former president of the Republic of Ghana campaigning for his own party? Did he even say something wrong against your party? Truly, a lot of things don't add up in your party. Please, the respected elders in NDC should come out and render an apology to President Kufuor and Ghanaians. Mahami Adam says, Alan John Kyerematen didn't know that things have turned long ago, and unfortunately, he's worsening his cases by attacking John Agyekum Kufuor. Bawumia is winning, and no more of bitterness overturned the lost wish. Alan didn't know that things have turned long ago. Master Planner Gina says, I least expected such comments from Alan Kyerematen. Why is he behaving like being a president of a party is a birthright? To become a president in Ghana, you should work in before earning it. You build your base and grassroots, starting from your mother constituency, and then empower major stakeholders in the party. Let me pause and ask this question. Which constituency is a stronghold for Alan, and where does he even vote? We don't have short memories. We still remember what happened in 2007 when the then President Kufuor was about finishing his second term of office and the NPP needed to select a new presidential candidate. Alan was Kufuor's favorite and he could use presidential flight for his campaigns against Nanado, but Nanado never complained to the public. Today, the daddy's boy is crying foul because his father has endorsed the endorsed one. The butterfly's lifetime is long overdue. And lastly, from Dash Koni says, Alan Kyerematen is a very brilliant man professionally, but his ambitions to become a president of Ghana has taken over his entire wisdom, which is making him more frustrated every single day. I'm not surprised at his aggressions towards former President Kufuor because he was expecting his support, but what he did not know was that President Kufuor is someone who puts party first, because without the party, he wouldn't have become the president. Now to you.
All right, so from Sid Biko, he's saying, Jennifer, we celebrate you. Francis Mensah is saying, Alan has expired in becoming president. Isaac Headline says, Jennifer, you are blessed. We have Wilson Offer saying, it's unfortunate Alan got it all wrong. Was he expecting ex-President Kufuor to endorse the butterfly? Why is Alan accusing Dr. Bawumia and ex-President Kufuor? Such an inglorious conspiracy. Riemann Akpabli says, Paul, the more you show the video, the more I become annoyed. So please stop showing the videos. Lily Wills is saying, Ghanaians should angrily vote against the NDC. We should teach them a lesson. This politics of insults needs to end. From Ahmed, he says, I'm highly disappointed in Alan's utterance. We also have Peter Brown saying, Alan is an ungrateful butterfly. From Ahmed, he's saying, his outburst is logically pathetic. Ebenezer Otri is saying, you are totally right, and I was really shocked. Kofi Nat says, Paul, please, we are at the critical moment towards the election, so we want full-time politics and not these church people. Lastly, from Kofi Nat again, he says, Alan Kyerematen is an ungrateful human being. Back to you, Paul.
Do we have a phone call? Let's take Adenta Kumi for a little bit. Hello, Adenta Kumi.
Hello, Tia. Good evening.
How are you? Where are you speaking to us from?
Sir, I'm back to base. I'm back to Kumasi. Today, following the Vice President's convoy, we were at the 3 Ahaponu constituency.
What do you make about Alan Kyerematen's complaints and concerns?
Please, can you come again?
What do you make of Alan Kyerematen's concerns about President Kufuor endorsing Mahamadou Bawumia? You worked with him for a little bit. What do you make of it?
Paul, I think that, first of all, it's hearing that from Alan, I was very disappointed because President Kufuor has the right to be a godfather to the people of his party. That's very important, one. And it just reaffirms one of the reasons why I personally left the movement for change and decided to come back to my party. If you quite remember, I decided not to say anything that would degrade the Honorable Alan Kyerematen or that would show disrespect to him. Because there's this core principle that I believe that what you honor is what you become. What you dishonor, you forfeit. These are things I learned from the Archbishop. And I knew that, vindication is in the womb of time. It will only take time for people to clearly see why some of us decided not to follow him again. Everybody has a choice. And President Kufuor has a choice that he had to make. And someone asked me, was Alan expecting that President Kufuor would campaign for him when he wasn't in the MPP? There is a machinery that took President Kufuor to where he got to. And he will never dishonor that machinery. And that's what some of us, we thought about and realized that if President Kufuor has not even left the party, how dare we leave the party? So yeah, all these things that are happening, it just tells you about character. When you have the opportunity to character assassinate someone, and you find the person in the most vulnerable place, and you do it, it tells more about your character. It's not about what he said now, but it's about when he said it. Senior, it's not about what Alan has said about President Kupo, but it's about when he said it. It could have been, I believe, like in every situation, you decide to be bitter or better, and he could have been a better person.
Right there. So we are getting the Godfrey Dami story. Belkisu is here. A lot more to say. But tomorrow, there's an important conversation coming up. The Ministry of Education has begun launching the 80 schools. And I'm trying to remember the name.
Kwasi.
Kwasi Kwati.
Yes.
Kwasi Kwati is here in the studio to share with us what happened yesterday, what's happening today, what happened yesterday, what's happening today, and what's happening the next day. Kwasi, over to you. We are commissioning 80 schools as a nation.
Yes, 80 educational projects will be commissioned on Thursday, 21st of November 2024. Of course, it's part of the broader government's initiative to increase access at the same time ensure that there is quality. It began just last Monday where we started the district level commission. That was largely led by some district chief executives who began the district level commission. Of course, as the day goes by, hopefully on Thursday we should have the president lead the main commissioning. So we have about 80 projects that has been earmarked. We are looking at projects.
So all of them are not schools. Some are projects.
Yes, some are projects. But largely we are also having, for instance, if you go to Sewa, we have a school building. It's a newly constructed school. If you go to a place like Pasemkwe, Pasemkwe 2 has a newly constructed school. If you go to places like Jaben, it's a newly constructed school. If you come to Accra here, Weja, the beautiful school facing the is it a river or the river or the sea? The Weja. It's a lake rather. It's a lake rather. So Weja too, when you go, they also have a very beautiful structure. It's also a new school, of course. I mean, we also look at existing structures where there were also some level of expansion in existing structures. The basic schools level were also not neglected. So, I mean, it's a story to tell. For instance, if you go to school like St. Barnabas, it's just an awesome scene.
I understand the president is going there tomorrow.
Yeah, the president will be doing Thursday. The president will lead the commissioning. He will be at St. Barnabas. The vice president will also be at Pasemkwe. But the interesting part is that, I mean, we are doing an evidence-based communication. So we are going to take feed from each of the sites and show to Ghanaians that this is what we have been able to achieve. And when we talk about education as a fulcrum for socio-economic transformation, largely we are looking at access, we are looking at quality, and of course quality also requires that you put up good structures.
You guys have done amazing. I mean, this has never happened in Ghana before. So you're saying that Tuesday when we gather here, we will be able to say, no, next week Tuesday when we gather here, we will be able to say that last week, 80 educational facilities were commissioned across the country.
In a day.
Are you serious?
Most importantly, you have to add in a day so that it becomes quite historic. Because we have been doing a lot of commissionings. But to organize 80 commissions in a day for me makes it quite historic.
Wow. Have you been able to have some sleep over the last 3 days?
I mean, backstage I was sleeping. When they came to call me, I was sleeping. I asked them to do me a makeup because I look so tired and stressed.
You guys have done amazing.
Yes. It's because of the man we are working with. I mean, he doesn't sleep. Yeah, Dr. Osei, he doesn't sleep. So if your boss is not sleeping, definitely you have no moral right to even think of sleep.
Wow. Wow. This is... Hey. So what's happening in East Legon? Someone commissioned something in East Legon?
East Legon, a phase is ready. But we spoke to the consultant in charge, and the assurance he gave is that by 1st of December, it's also going to be ready. So on the 1st of December, we are also going to have another series of commissioning going on. On the 1st of December.
What do we have on the screen here? Can you show on the TV so he can talk about it? Show it on the TV. Yes, what do we have here?
Yeah, this one is a building in Ashanti region. Sewa is a model junior high school. So this time around, this is how your junior high school is going to be.
This is beautiful.
Yes.
So all junior high schools will model like this?
Yes.
So what's the building on the right-hand side?
That should be
the one we can see the roof.
Yeah, I mean, we are also looking at not only the students, but the welfare of even the leadership, the school management, head teachers. Okay. They are also going to occupy those buildings, just annexing it.
They will occupy it as bungalows. They live there.
Yes. Because
and this is the student. It's a day school.
Yes, obviously. I mean, junior high.
Junior high, yeah, day. Okay. Wow. Chief, you have to come back on Tuesday and confirm that you have been able to do. Oh, what's this one? There's another one over here.
Yes, this is also a model junior high school. Yes. This is a model STEM school located at Awaso in the Western North region. But of course, okay, so this gives much clearer view. Mm-hmm. This is a model STEM STEM school, STEM senior high school.
A boarding?
Yes, senior high school is a boarding.
Wow.
And interestingly...
This commissioned this week as well?
Yeah, it's being commissioned this week as well. Interestingly, we have 12 different laboratories.
12?
Yes, in this structure.
Science laboratories?
Science laboratories, yes, 12.
Wow, wow. We'll leave you to go. We'll leave you to go and then we'll sort it out. We'll sort the rest out. Okay, viewers, we can't wait. We can't wait. The hero of free SHS is that Adanko Akufo-Addo, but he had some great lieutenants. Running mate Matthew Poku Prempe left the ministry and handed over to Osei Aweduchum, who's done marvelous things. They used to say that they be the but this one will say it today. We'll say it tomorrow so people can see it. Kwesi Kwarteng will take leave of us soon. But now let's get to the government wallets, government purse. What photograph are you going to give me to address this one? GCNet sued the government of Ghana. They wanted 5 billion cedis. The Attorney General's office looked at the suit and said that, no, we can defend it ourselves. We don't need foreign lawyers. We'll defend it. Last week, I spoke to Godfrey Dame, the Attorney General. He expressed complete optimism about winning this case and saving money for Ghana. Hear him talking to me at the Kempinski last week on the sidelines of the government lawyers conference, expressing his optimism about this case. Listen to this.
Good governance underpins everything. Good governance permits every facet in this life. I am dealing with an arbitration right now. The hearing of which was conducted in April in London, involving a company called GCNet, which was in charge of the management of the port revenue system. Can you believe that contract was renewed successively by the NDC administration between 2012 and up to 2023 without any PPA approval? Without any PPA approval, without any approval from the public procurement authority, or without recourse to any of the procedures known to the public procurement system of Ghana. So the agreement itself was first booked in 2000, became effective in 2002. By that time, there was no PPA requirement. Fair deal. It was for a term of 10 years, and it lapsed on 2012. In 2012. After that, by dint of a letter written by the Minister for Trade at that time, the agreement was extended for 1 year. 1 year? Yes, 2013. After the 2013, by dint of another agreement made without any recourse to PPA procedures or any of the means of procurement, the life of the agreement was extended for a further 5 years. And from 2013 to 5 years onwards, when it is supposed to lapse to 2018. 18. Before the agreement will lapse in 2018, and before the John Mahama administration will leave office in October 2016, John Mahama's Minister for Trade and Industry at that time extended the life of the agreement before it would lapse for a further 5 years, extending it further up to 2023. And of course, clearly this was illegal, unknown to the laws of Ghana, and so the MPP administration which took office had to terminate the agreement because all manner of complaints were raised about the execution of the agreement. And the company which has suffered from such illegal or unlawful processes then to be the government of Ghana for arbitration. The company has benefited from all of this. Which has benefited from the sole management of Ghana's port. Ghana in termination of contract. For over 4 billion Ghana cedis. Billion Ghana cedis. That's the equivalent of about $260 million. Wow. Equivalent of about $260 million. Then what happened? And that's so we had a hearing and we are expecting the award anytime soon. I'm confident that on account of the sound defense that we mounted there, there's not a matter that
This is the Leonard Godfrey Adame, the hero of Article 88 of the Constitution. This is the first time as a journalist I have seen the Attorney General attend an arbitration and come back with $2 million to the government. I've never seen an Attorney General attend an arbitration. Maybe there is, but I don't know it. I've never seen an Attorney General attend an arbitration in London and bring back the government $2 million. That, hey, government, yes, $2 billion for you. The people who sued us for $3 billion, and we're calculating what it means in cedis today. $3 billion, they didn't succeed. And I brought you Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Trade. 2.2 million cost awarded against them. Let's quickly go and see what the tribunal said and why GCNet will not get any money from Ghana, but they have to pay money to Ghana, the arbitral award. Here it is. The tribunal unanimously decided that Ghana had validly terminated. Oh, wow, I love this. The tribunal had unanimously decided that Ghana had validly terminated the agreement on the 28th of April 2020 within the meaning of Article 11.3, and the termination was lawful. The tribunal also found that GCNet was the unsuccessful party in the arbitration and that Ghana had expended money and time in defending a claim that the tribunal has held to be ill-founded. It therefore ordered that GCNet shall pay a total of $2,185,983.21 to Ghana in legal fees. This is the award of the tribunal. Congratulations to all the people at the Attorney General's Department, especially the Leonard Attorney General Godfrey Adame, the deputies, the Honorable Leonard Kyerematen and the Leonard Dinah Asunabadapa. Here they are in the photo, the successful Ghanaian team. Oh wow, don't we love them? They went all the way to London and told GCNet that you can go and bend the sea. We also know law. You are not going to intimidate us with anything international. We studied in Ghana. We didn't study at Harvard, but we will show you that we have studied the law. Godfrey Adame seated with Dinah Asunabadapa and the rest of the team. All of them were in London to defend the arbitration, and the Attorney General was very, very confident that they were going to win this case. I can imagine the delight of the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Trade. I'm sure the Minister of Finance was sitting on tenterhooks, hoping that he will not be told that he needs to cough up 3 billion Ghana cedis in the region of, how much is it looking? They are calculating it for me. Now, this is still the same arbitration. Trade Minister Katie Hammond, controversial Trade Minister, MP for Adanso Asokwa, and Member of Parliament that I thoroughly love, Katie Hammond, and Dinah Asunabadapa in the middle, Godfrey Adame over here. All of them went in to defend the arbitration stoutly with legal expertise generated and grown out of the University of Ghana. I mean, this is amazing. This is fantastic. If you are studying law at the University of Ghana, you should be proud of yourself. You can take that law international and nobody can intimidate you. They went all the way and they defeated all the lawyers, and the cost was awarded against GCNet. They brought all the international beautiful lawyers. They are beautiful lawyers, but we showed them that the law is the law. I'm delighted about this. Do you have a figure for me and how much in dollars we're going to claim? 100 and... Yes. $118 million, $750,000 is what GCNet were looking for. They got zero. Instead, they said they should pay the government $2.2 million. Wow. Wow. Now, I don't hear Eduji Tamaklo talking about this on his social media page. Tamaklo, where are you? Come and put it down that Attorney General saved government $2.2 million. The man that people call dishonorable Attorney General, you call him Minister of Injustice. He's the one saving the taxpayers' money. What have you done? He saved the taxpayers' money. Godfrey Adame and his team, they saved the taxpayers' money. Look at Kyerematen in his heart. Don't you admire him? This is beautiful. You feel proud as a Ghanaian when you see some of these things. It doesn't have to do with NPP or NDC. Nothing to do with NPP or NDC. It has to do with efficient government systems. People who are qualified and competent to deliver the job. No square pegs in round holes like we have had over the last 67 years of independence. Too much of that. Square pegs in round holes. People who are not supposed to be there are there. People who don't understand what they should do are doing this. And people call communicators come on TV to come and insult J.A. Kufuor. That's all they know. They can't think any policy. They can't develop anything for Ghana. They can't add anything to Ghana. They subtract from Ghana. They give us bad language, bad culture, indecent behavior. Those are not the people that we should elect. We should elect people who have demonstrated over time that they have the competence, the expertise, the experience, the temerity, the discipline to move this country forward. That's what we need. Not people who come and stand there and tell an elder statesman that he's on a wheelchair. Who do you think you are? This is what we should celebrate. Let's go back to Adisadel. Godfrey Eboadame, congratulations.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Has Christianity always been one of the religions in the world to you?
Oh, hallelujah. Praise God. Christianity is not a religion, neither is it a joining of a church and doing the Christian things like praying and giving and so on. Hallelujah. Christianity is the outworking of God's own kind of life received into the spirit of a man. Whoa. This divine life in the heart of a man makes him righteous. It keeps him healthy, divinely guided in life, prosperous and victorious. It gives you the ability to enjoy intimate fellowship with the Father and have dominion on this earth. Hallelujah.
Yes, in every generation on the earth, God sends special messengers with unique messages to fulfill His word in their dispensation. Whether through the Emancipator, church services, special conferences like the New Christian Conference or the Good Life Devotion.
I beg you. Oh, yes, this is the beauty of democracy. This is the beauty of politics. Once again, I am Kisu, and that's on period.
Okay, let me share something with you. Berkisu, how are you?
Kampo.
Kampo. Yeah. What you do there? That's where you work and live. Is that why you went to school?
I'm a native of Kampo, a community called Babatokuma.
Can you give me a close-up? Thank you. You're a native of?
Kampo, a community called Babatokuma.
Ah, wow. So you're a native from where? Are you from?
Yes.
You have betrayed President Mahama.
Oh, no.
He's a Gonja too.
But politics is not about tribalism, so.
It's not okay. Tell me.
Just politics is all about development.
Divide the screen.
I come from Babatokuma.
So the day you heard that you had been on Good Evening Ghana and you didn't watch, who told you?
We've had a couple of friends. So many people. As I'm here right now, they are sending me messages. Kisu, don't forget I was the one who sent you the link. Oh, we were on Good Evening Ghana. So many of them, you know, because of the social media, I have a few number of followers. So many of them did.
So did they script the thing you said for you?
Yes. People even sent me YouTube links for me to go and watch it.
Okay, let me show that video. Please, let's see Balkisu's the first video.
Former President John Dramani Mahama raised some concerns because I don't see them to be questions, but rather concerns. And the first one is, why is the CD to dollar rate 17 cedis now? Provide common chalk for our schools to teach our students, for our teachers to teach our students. Why was the CD to dollar rate 4 Ghana cedis, but you couldn't continue with the existing nursing training and teacher training college allowances that was already there before? Was your regime? Why were we having an unemployed association in the country when the CD to dollar rate 4 Ghana cedis? Why were all these things there? Why the CD to dollar rate was 4 Ghana cedis, but you said you cannot for anybody at all on this earth to implement free senior high school in Ghana? Why? Why couldn't you do all this when the CD to dollar rate was 4? Why were you not able to pay government workers their salary when the dollar to CD was 4 Ghana cedis? Why? Because running a country success, these are what matters and these are what you lack, and these are the reason why we will never vote for you again. Today, the CD to dollar rate is 17 cedis, but we don't even use chalk in our schools. We use marker pens in our schools and marker boards. Meanwhile, you could the dollar rate is 17 cedis. Today, the NPP government has implemented free senior high school successfully. Meanwhile, the CD to dollar rate is 17 cedis. Come back again. We are wise now. We, the youth of Ghana, are wise now. No one will go back.
Where's your spectacles?
Are you for real?
Yeah, I saw the spectacles and it sort of made a point, and I don't see it. Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't come with it.
So when I spoke to you in Kintampo, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. I thought you were in Accra when I said come to the studio. So how do you come to Accra? STC or by air?
STC.
STC. Is Kintampo close to Sunyani? It is. Or it's wide?
I think it's 3 hours.
Oh, Jenny, that's long. That's long.
It's 3 hours drive.
But who is the MP in Kintampo? It's NDC, isn't it?
Kintampo has been a traditional. Almost all the development.
I didn't ask you that. I just said that. Who is the MP at Kintampo? Is it NDC? Is NDC?
Yes, sir.
Who is the MPP candidate for this election?
IMC.
Oh, the MCE.
Yes.
And that's going to be a tough contest.
Yes.
Is it going to be tough?
It is, because the NDC are.
MPP is called the DCE.
Yes, the DC, Honorable Bafo Isaac.
Honorable Bafo Isaac.
Popularly known as Kola.
Kola. Everybody calls him Kola. Kola means cola or cola means money.
Kola. I don't know how come he has that name, but I grew up.
So how is Kintampo shaping up for December 7th campaign?
Tanch NDC members complaining that Kisu, we are fed up. We want to try something new.
Really?
Yes.
For the MP side?
Yes. And also the presidential.
Really?
Yes. And unfortunately, we have so many Gonjes in Kintampo.
Oh, okay.
We in our community, we would want to support and vote for MPP and Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia.
So you are voting for Dr. Bawumia?
Not just me.
A lot of you?
Yes.
Okay. On voting night, I'll call you and find out how the elections went.
Of course.
Okay.
We have to, yes.
So you have, we are launching it next week. I'll invite you to come, and we'll get you here to come and sit and watch. And hopefully some ministers will be there. I'll introduce you to them. That this is our lady in Kintampo who is the nemesis of John Dramani Mahama. Have NDC people called you after that video? Your friends who are in NDC?
For that particular video, no. But when I started campaigning for the MPP, the threats words they were used, but this time around, I think they've realized I've now developed a very thick skin. So
this threats and insults, how can we stop it in our politics? Play hunto.
We came one. You pay that once, rock walk or WC so down. I know. You are assassins or be good which monopono. Still, what company my MPP? See, I can't be a Jimmy. I now quite Jimmy. Sebi ye wo Baquasia Swini. Said ye banyansa for you, and now quality reach him one. You pay that once, rock walk or WC so down. You are assassins or be good which monopono. Still, what company my MPP? I can't be a Jimmy, I now quite Jimmy. Sebi ye wo Baquasia Swini. Said ye Benny.
Because you don't go, you hold it. We'll talk after the show. Let me go to text messages. What are people saying? I begin with Anziba. What are they saying?
Our first message is coming from Odo Kwame for our. I'm so proud of you. Dash Lincoln says, people of Kintampo, please vote for MPPO if you want more development. Pata Baumia says, oh, you are too much. Lastly, from Kofi Nasi says, today the Paul is on fire. Over to you, Fatih.
All right, thank you. So this coming from Gomna Ibrahim, and he says, Kisu go higher. Proud of you. I will one day be on this highly patronized show to share my experiences and to knowledge politics and governance. Nanaya also says, Kisu is very, very pretty and intelligent too. Yusuf Kobi says ministers in this government. Goma says Godfred Dame is the law, and the law is Godfred Yeboah Dame. In fact, congratulations for your success. Stinkon says, Alhamdulillah, the AG is superior law. And lastly, coming from Kofi Nati says, if this case was done in Ghana, like NDC supporters.
And can you check with Tapriku whether all done? It's 22 minutes past 11. We need to be wrapping up. All done. Okay. Yeah, my Baumia endorsement, we'll leave it for Thursday. Viewers, let's end the program. So I'm ending now. Roll a document. Apologize for the unwarranted attack on him by people with unscrupulous behavior in politics, and they have attacked President Kufuor. And John Dramani Mahama, all of them have not found anything wrong with this. None of them. You want to say something, Berkis?
You wouldn't allow me to speak my language.
Your language, yes. Say something. Say something in Gonja. Yes. Yeah, look at the camera, yeah.
Mana, ntutuana. Me kolokono no nchoro me kike kura anula. Mini PB, me isipuche, me baka skuma bari kisunde. Me kolomenye Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia. Mini nyisi ni politics na. Anyi bu nkiligi, suna anye be worok mo munike ni PB so. Nakal nkiligi brana, MPP ni Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia boranyeka, boranya so. No thank Dr. Gideon Buaku.
Yes.
He has been a very good father to me, and to wish him well in his elections. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Berkis. This is going on social media. What does it mean what you said? I had vote for Dr.
I meant not about family.
Not about family. Okay. Okay. All right. So, yes, we apologize to President Kufuor. We salute him. We salute you, viewers. Good night. We leave you in the hands of our documented 15 minutes history of John Agyekum Kufuor's distinguished political career.
President of the Republic of Ghana, President John Agyekum Kufuor. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
John Agyekum Kufuor was born 80 years ago in 1938. He was born into royalty, into the 400-year-old Ashanti Kingdom in Kumasi in Ghana, the University of Oxford, where he earned a bachelor's in political science, philosophy and economics. He later studied for the bar and was called to Lincoln's Inn before he returned to Ghana to take up his first job as KCC chairman. KCC meaning Kumasi City Council, the same as today's mayor of Kumasi. As faith and interest would have it, Mr. Kufuor joined politics and became a member of the Consultative Assembly that drew up the Second Republican Constitution in 1979. J. Kufuor was elected as a member of parliament under that constitution and became deputy foreign minister at the age of 29. Here, Mr. Kufuor is seen in 1969 welcoming presidential guest to the inauguration of Prime Minister Kofi Abrefa-Busia. J. Kufuor's political career was, however, truncated by a coup d'etat led by this man, General Kutu Achampong.
As you go home, remember that the revolution continues unabated.
Politics returned in 1979, and once again, Kufuor was active. He won a parliamentary seat for the Popular Front Party in Ashanti. Here is Mr. Kufuor's own account of 1979.
Because the executions and the baying for blood and those things were so new and strange, traumatic to Ghana.
Another coup d'etat ended the Third Republican Constitution until politics returned in the late 1980s, culminating in the promulgation of the 1992 Constitution. Kufuor, the politician, was back in the saddle
and in 1996, he was elected for the first time as the leader of his party, the day after Kufuor was elected.
Mr. J.A. Kufuor was elected presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party at a National Delegates Congress of the party held in Accra yesterday. He polled 1,034 votes. Professor Albert Edubuahin, who won the candidacy in 9 votes, while Mr. J.H. Mensah, a minister in the Second Republic, had 110 votes. Dr. Jones Oforiatta, a deputy minister in the Second Republic, had 69 votes, while Dr. Kwame Safuedu, also a former minister, had 42 votes, with Dr. Jani Selby, a medical 1,000 candidates voted, while 7 voting cards were rejected.
The Congress started off without Mr. J.A. Kufuor, one of the aspirants. When he did come, the chairman of the party, Mr. Peter Ala Ajete, was delivering his speech.
What is important, ladies and gentlemen, all of us, in truth and honesty, to gird our loins and without denying or withholding anything from such a flag bearer, support him and back him to the hilt party, but what is more important, by the country at large. Out of the valid votes cast, Dr. John, which comes to 1.2%. 1.2% of the valid votes cast. Dr. Safuedu had 42 votes. And that amount. Then Dr. Jones Oforiatta had 69 votes. That is 3.5%. Then Mr. which is 5.5% of the valid votes. Professor Edubuahin had 711. 35.7%. Mr. J. Kufuor had 1,034. Disappointed, but I am not discouraged. Democracy is at work. The people have made their decision. And who are committed NPP will put our energies and service at his disposal, work as hard as possible to ensure that victory.
And want to assure him that he can count on me. We should know that this is just a means to an end.
I would like to send my heartiest, Mr. J. Such resounding results.
I am sure that with Mr. J. Kufuor holding the flag of the NPP for the coming presidential elections, and more one in December this year.
The contest is now history. And as is the tradition of our party, I resolve to work effectively with my colleague aspirants.
Being nominated as a presidential candidate is one thing, and winning the actual presidency is another task. How Mr. Kufuor is going to fulfill this ambition will depend on the Ghanaian electorate who go to the polls in December this year to exercise their franchise. As to whether he will be given the nod.
Unfortunately, Mr. Kufuor lost the 1996 election, but his conduct on Inauguration Day won him many admirers within the Ghanaian body politic. Mr. Kufuor did the unthinkable. He mounted the stage. Fachi was pleasantly surprised.
This is a very historic moment. J.A. Kufuor goes to congratulate President Rawlings, and there you see Mrs. Kufuor. President Rawlings shaking hands with Dr. Edward Mahama. And isn't this a wonderful moment?
Destiny had fully come, and Mr. Kufuor and his team campaigned vigorously around the country. Eventually, he was elected as President of Ghana by a landslide in the second round of voting. Here is Mr. Kufuor in his first sessional address to Parliament, introduced to the House
of the Republic of Ghana, and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, to deliver his message on the state of the nation.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members of Parliament, 5 weeks ago, on 7th January, year 2001, I appeared before you, President of the Republic. Since then, I have been occupied with assembling the team which will assist me in the discharge of my mandate. That task is now substantially complete.
Perhaps Mr. Kufuor is the first president under the Fourth Republic to have achieved major significant social interventions. The National Health Insurance Scheme was fully established in Ghana. Education was implemented. The capitation grant and the school feeding program were all programs established under Mr. Kufuor. After serving 2 terms, the National Constitution debarred Mr. Kufuor from contesting. His party, the New Patriotic Party, 7, Mr. Kufuor sounded significantly philosophical.
This party issues out of a tradition that is displaying attributes with a spirituality. Seriously. There is an innate wisdom, shrewdness, and mystique. Ordinary party is truly a party of destiny. And I speak with some authority because I've come through the process and I know it.
Mr. Kufuor's desire to see his party and their candidate win the election was thwarted as Ghanaians voted high democratic skills in accepting the verdict when he addressed Parliament for the last time in 2008.
Naturally, Mr. Speaker, I had hoped that after my tenure, I would be succeeded by a candidate from my own. As things stand and have turned out, the Electoral Commissioner has declared that the electorate of Ghana has decided otherwise. As a Democrat, I acknowledge this declaration. John Evans Atamils on his election. Mr. Speaker, I should also congratulate the NPP flag bearer, Honorable Nana Dudankwa Akufo-Addo, whose greatest sense of dignity in what is perhaps one of the closest and most keenly contested elections ever in the nation's political history.
In this interview, Mr. Kufuor explains why his party lost the election.
The 2008 election, with some splits within our ranks. For instance, 18 of our members stood independent in parliamentary elections. Didn't help us. That didn't help us. If they hadn't done a count after the first round, he led by 49.something%. Needed only 23,000 votes to have won outrightly.
8 years later, Mr. Kufuor was back on the campaign trail to ensure that his party was re-elected to power. And as fate would have it, it must have been a proud moment for John Agyekum Kufuor while he watched his friend and president and Mr. Kufuor's former appointee at the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, take the oath as vice president. At this stage, the historians will begin to write. The only small matter of a setback to Mr. Kufuor's administration will be the gruesome murder of the Yana Yakubu Andani, and all in all, history should judge Mr. Kufuor kindly. After all, he enhanced democracy and good governance. None of his appointees was found for corruption. He laid down the foundations of meaningful social interventions over an 8-year period. And he also had a great future. And he accepted the narrowest of defeat even when his party did not win. This is what Mr. Kufuor said about himself in terms of legacy.
My abiding principle is better than I found it.
In that regard, may we confer on John Agyekum Kufuor, the most distinguished constitutional statesman of Ghana. So, to J.A. Kufuor, we say, Aiko.